Ah, good times wearing pots on our heads, which we had to actually wash to do this. Although, be fair, the kitchen in this video is pretty filthy, but we made it that way.
Well,
But you
I
didn't
wouldn't
actually
say-
do that much.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
No.
we made it that way.
Well, no, no,
added
we
messed
some
it up.
tubes.
It was messy, then we made it really, really worse, and then we cleaned it up.
Yes.
Yes.
And the lemming wasn't we added the lemming.
Yes.
Yeah, and the tubes.
For some reason, Bill was really into putting tubes everywhere.
I thought the tubes kind of looked funny.
I like the pots on your heads, guys. I really appreciate that you're willing to do that
Oh, yeah.
It's
for me.
I was actually surprised, like, the pots on the head, very standard sort of, thing you see in cartoons and stuff. Surprisingly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And surprisingly not used, like, the pot is just going to fall off your head. Like, it's, if I was going to, had to make a makeshift helmet, a pot maybe not be the first thing I would go for.
In terms of set decoration, you can see there the underwear that Morgan is wearing in under pantaloons, which when he arrived home later was like, hey guys, why are my underwear in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Didn't ask. So Kathleen wrote this from your hovel in Vancouver.
Yeah, oh yeah, when I lived in my tiny, tiny place in Vancouver.
And, anything to
add?
Yeah.
It was a not so subtle joke that I think your kitchen is gross and dirty sometimes.
Fair enough.
And I decided to write something really ridiculous that would use a gigantic ensemble cast because Brad happened to be coming in with me. And he wanted to be in a Loading Ready Run video. So I thought, I can do this. I can write something with like 8 rolls. Yeah.
And it worked to have Brad in it because was this the first video he was in?
Yes. And so we wanted somebody,
He was just like some random guy.
some dude, but it's my friend Brad.
I like the idea that maybe, Loading Ready Run videos in future could be used to, inform various members. Like, if everyone's really mad at somebody, then we just write a script to tell them about it.
All right. So in this script, you're being a giant douchebag. So yeah, maybe you want to, use something from your own life to take that into playing the part.
For the filming of
Is
this
it
video,
charcoal briquettes or something that we have?
yeah, because we're gonna cleanse it with fire.
Cleanse it with
Right.
fire.
For the filming of this video, I think it's really funny that if you notice that the first part of the video, my hair is much flatter, is because we filmed that after we'd been outside and I'd been rained on, and my sweater was kind of soggy and
Oh yeah, it was terrible
it was like
rain.
the worst weather.
This sort of began a long-running amount of Dota jokes. Or,
Well,
this is WoW
Warcraft,
jokes.
WoW
Oh
jokes.
yeah,
World of
oh yeah.
sorry, yeah,
the
World of
grinding
Warcraft joke.
Orgrimmar joke, which is a joke that I picked up from my really uninformed with Warcraft roommate, who thought it was funny to say, "Can you grind Orgrimmar?" I thought it sounded funny, and once I put it in the script and was like, refused to let people take it out. Everybody's like, "That's so inaccurate. You can't do that." And I
Because
was
the
like,
point
"But it
is
sounds
you
good."
can't grind Orgrimmars.
And it was great for me because I don't play WoW, and so I didn't have any idea why it was funny or anything. I just had to say the line.
So you can't actually tell. It is really raining
And it's so
during
raining.
these shots. It is really heavily raining.
This is why they don't, when you see rain in a movie, it's usually fake, because when it actually is raining, it doesn't really show up on camera.
Oh, hey, you can see the lapel mic dangling from Paul's pants there.
Yeah. Oh, we had to film this twice.
Because we dropped Brad.
Yeah,
We dropped
so-
Brad the first time.
I was actually
aggravated
thinking,
an existing head trauma that he had.
And in that shot,
That's actually Paul in
Yeah.
the bag.
Paul is in
because
the
we
bag.
couldn't carry Brad, because Brad is huge.
I was actually thinking, is this the biggest, like the sort of partial concussion we gave to Brad when we dropped the thing? Do
Yeah.
you think that's worse than the cracked rib?
No.
No.
So this would be second worst.
Yeah,
Second
Wait,
worst
wait,
injury,
when
yeah.
did somebody crack a rib?
During
Season one.
Oh, right, yeah.
Mosh pit etiquette, yeah. Bad
No,
time.
that's still the
Or
worst.
Jeffy D.
Yeah. So Brad's Brad really cracked us up doing the rubbing his hands together, and
It wasn't scripted, but it was so good.
funny. And so when he did it, it was too funny. It
And
took
me
us
and
several
Bill
tries
just
to get it
lost
right.
it.
Like, you can probably see at least a couple of us grinning at the
Yeah.
very end because Graham just had to cut it.
Yeah. Brad's girlfriend Deb helped us shoot bits of this because most of us were
And
in
she
it.
was really annoyed that we aggravated Brad's pre-existing head injury.
I like how they had the filled condoms.
Oh right, there's still some condoms left
Yeah.
over from Fun with Condoms in there. Why did we keep those?
I don't know.
It's ridiculous. Oh well. And then the hand rubbing.
I remember, and then he just joins in. We lost it.
That's still really
You
funny.
can see me grinning at
Yeah,
this, James too.
I think you can see pretty much.
That was Bill's alt, which he was having.
tied up with
Tied up
Ethernet
with a
cable.
Cat 5 cable because we didn't have rope, and you can't really tell that he's tied up, so that joke really didn't work. Oh, right, and James screaming from the other room because...
Yeah, the badger.
Right, because the badger has moved
Yeah.
into the kitchen.
And I've tried to tame it, and then I was mauled by the badger.
This is classically retarded kind of Kathleen level of humor. All right, then somebody gets mauled at the end by a badger. Yeah!
This was the first video that you actually wrote entirely by yourself, isn't it?
And I got kind of mixed reviews. People were like, it was awfully weird. And I was like, but badgers! I love
First,
badgers.
first and last? No.
No.
I wrote brain transplant.
Oh, yeah, that
transplants
was
made
made
easy.
Oh, yeah.
Because I figured some gratuitous fan service would be the way to make up for it.
And you were right.
More fat, lose.
Ah, less talk, more fat lose.
Seriously
I
though,
love
Paul's
that line.
appearance is so good though.
Yeah.